Welcome, family, friends, faculty, and to my fellow classmates of 2016. We made it! So you see, Pennsbury High School is the greatest theme park known to mankind. Yes, Six Flags is fun, and Sesame Place with that rubber ducky ride, it's pretty kickin'. But when it really comes down to it, nothing can trump Pennsbury High School with its theme of education. Now, before you guys start yelling at me thinking, who is this kid talking about education today? Let me clarify. I'm not talking about education in the traditional sense, like 1 + 1 or 2 + 2. What I'm talking about is life education. Throughout high school, we've all ridden on our own combination of rides. You know, we've grown from going on little spinning airplanes to maneuvering monstrous roller coasters. And on every single one, whether simple or rip-roaring ridiculous, we've experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. But from it all, we've learned. And that's what makes Pennsbury so special as a theme park, is that no matter what rides you ride, you gain so much life experience and learn so much about yourself. So let's start with the merry-go-round. It's a family and freshman-friendly ride. But on a more emotional level, this ride is where we all flock when we want to feel safe and feel secure. Your merry-go-round may be this sports field, the theater stage, and I know my personal merry-go-round is the jazz band rehearsal room. This ride allows us to escape the daily drama we all know so well, those silly social shenanigans of high school, and really focus on what we truly love to do. And this always refreshes our minds as to what actually matters in our lives. We've all hopped on this ride almost daily throughout high school. And the mellow median of the ride provides a serene solace to the zooming pace of the school during your underclassmen years. But alas, the merry-go-round is just one of the many rides in which this park has taken you. And as you zoomed in your tram car from east to west, you encountered rides, discovered rides that challenged you, that helped you break the barriers that you did not even know you had set for yourself. One such ride is the Scrambler, a classic zigzag that at times had you dazed and confused at the demands and drama of high school, utterly frustrated as to how you were ever going to make it through. There were twists and turns everywhere you looked in the form of incessant work, late nights, and you knew the consequences of getting on the ride, the sick feelings and the nausea, but you got on anyway. You kept going, never getting off, never giving up. And this is the ride that made you who you are today. Whether it was a class, a crazy moment, a season, this ride showed you who you wanted to become and what you wanted to do with your life. And once you were finished, you were ready to tackle the scariest yet most rewarding ride of high school, the roller coaster. Whether you want to admit it or not, your first time in line on the roller coaster was just like your first round of Spoon Assassin. Scary. It was your first season as a captain, your first time on the team. It was anything that made you think twice before embarking. But you commenced anyway because you were confident. You were ready to conquer it. You were ready to become an upperclassman. And as any great teenager in the modern era, you made sure to take plenty of front-facing camera photos along the way. As the ride progressed from its beginning position, there were many twists and turns and loops and bumps, but you made it through it all, evidenced by all of you sitting here today. So to commemorate this moment, I thought of something fun we could do as a senior class. Everyone get up. Everyone get up. We're going to go through a brief version of the roller coaster cheer. Everyone get in your seat. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to go up. Whoa! 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 And back to jump! Lost a couple things on that ride, but so do we all. But we gained so much more during our time here, and maybe that brought back some great memories. Whatever your experience, your roller coaster at Pennsbury was your turning point of your high school career. And once you were finished, you were ready to tackle anything. And this is when the fun side of Pennsbury was truly revealed to you. There is the 50% rule, an adventure with a surprise ending halfway through. Sports night, that was the thrill ride of this century, an absolute staple of Pennsbury tradition. And as you matured, you could finally ride the hopefully not bumpy bumper cars, earning your license and, in a sense, your freedom. There were still some whitewater rapids. I mean, who can forget about the standardized tests and the college applications process? But without them, you would not be who you are today. And as any great theme park, Pennsbury had plenty of the arcade games and challenges in the forms of Powder Puff Football, Mr. Pennsbury, that one day where all of our senior class came into school. And who stole that sink from West? But now that's done. And sure, your time at this theme park might be coming to an end today, but let's not think of it like that. Let's think of this end as a beginning, the beginning of our lives. And that's high school. It's the greatest theme park you'll ever experience. We sit here together now, all having come from different backgrounds and experiences about which we really have no idea. I mean, there are 800-something of us. No one's journey was better than the other, just different. We sit here now, our hearts are pounding in exhilaration, our legs jittery with that nervous energy we felt on our very first day at this park. But what's different? Today we now know how to work. We now know how to overcome. And most of all, we now know ourselves. This time we have toiled together has been absolutely incredible. But today we get off of our rides. We exit this theme park we call Pennsbury, and we enter the real world. Today, we now know ourselves. So tomorrow, let's go let the world know who we are. Pennsbury class of 2016, we made it!